Oh, the times they are becoming quite different. Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 teen movies that wouldn't work today.
Was this some kind of new dork outreach program? I'm just not
No. Are you always like this?
No.
Yes.
For this list, we're taking a look at classic teen movies that haven't aged well in today's world, whether it's because of how they handled sensitive topics, made tasteless jokes, or conflict with modern mindsets. Number 10, Jawbreaker.
I thought a jawbreaker would be funny.
You gagged her with a jawbreaker?
Inspired by another movie on this list, Jawbreaker tells the story of a group of girls who struggle to cope with committing the unintended murder of their best friend after playing an extreme prank on her. While the dark humor isn't much to scoff at, the real problem with Jawbreaker is how it makes light of slut-shaming and eating disorders.
We never, ever eat at lunch period. Do you understand me?
Characters say the girl deserved to be killed, and one of the girls refers to a group of anorexic girls as the Karen Carpenter table.
Don't think we're anorexic or something. We're not. That's reserved for the Karen Carpenter table.
Had this movie been made today, there'd be a long list of lines to be cut or rewritten.
Good idea. Kill me like you did Liz.
Number 9, Say Anything.
I feel so bad being with you.
Even if you haven't seen the movie, you'll recognize it from the countless movies and TV shows that have referenced it. Say Anything's claim to fame is a scene where Lloyd, played by John Cusack, holds up a boombox below his girlfriend's bedroom window and plays In Your Eyes by Peter Gabriel. At the time, the gesture was kind of cute, but it has not aged well, coming off a bit stalkery given the modern world's circumstances.
Does it sound normal?
Well, no, it's not normal.
Granted, it's one of the most memorable scenes to come out of 80s cinema, but it would be impossible to replicate this gesture without making it seem anything less than creepy.
I called him basic. Can you believe I did that?
Number 8, Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Bueller. 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 Bueller.
This may be considered a timeless classic by many, but you gotta admit this movie has not aged well. The titular character, played by Matthew Broderick, pretends to be sick so he can run around town with his friends, while his school principal tries to expose his lies. Aside from the cheesy, over-the-top acting, the characters just aren't that likable anymore.
I've had enough of this horsing around. Give me the phone back.
You touch me, I yell red.
Ferris comes off as a sociopathic jackass, and Cameron clearly has some serious daddy issues.
Who do you love? Who do you love? You love a car.
With a plot that sounds like it was made for a straight-to-video kids movie, Ferris Bueller's Day Off probably wouldn't have gotten made if pitched to studios today.
Pardon my French, but Cameron is so tight that if you stuck a lump of coal up his ass, in 2 weeks you'd have a diamond.
Number 7, 16 Candles.
How does this look? Very nice. Wait a minute, you know, black and white, it would just capture the moment so nicely, wouldn't it? Oh.
Will you take the picture already?
Another widely considered 80s classic. 16 Candles may be known as one of the most romantic teen movies, but there's a few problems that would cause modern audiences to walk out and demand refunds.
I bet them that I'd do it with you. But this is before I knew you as a person. I can get proof without actually getting physical.
For starters, there's Long Duck Dong, who has become more of an offensive stereotype than a character to be taken seriously.
What's happening, hot stuff?
Then there's the whole scene where one guy allows someone to have sex with his blackout drunk girlfriend. We'll never forget the beautiful relationship between Sam and Jake, but as for the rest of the film, please, let us repress.
I gotta sleep under some Chinaman named after a duck stork.
Number 6, She's All That.
All right, simple. I'll pick the girl. Then you got 6 weeks to turn her into the prom queen.
It's the movie that birthed one of Hollywood's biggest cliches. When a young man is dumped by his self-absorbed girlfriend, his friend challenges him to turn any girl in the school into prom queen. And the winner is Lainey Boggs, the school's dorky, awkward artist.
Nothing personal, Lainey, but this particular coif doesn't really go with your face shape.
What do you have in mind?
Can you guess what happens later on? Yep, she loses the glasses and instantly becomes attractive. How predictable and superficial.
I feel just like Julia Roberts in Pretty Woman. You know, except for that whole hooker thing.
It's a trope that would become common throughout the 2000s, and regarding today's adolescent girls struggling to maintain body positivity, it just sends the wrong messages.
Hey now, check out the Bobos on Super Freak. You know, Zach, from up here, she almost looks normal.
Number 5, Risky Business. In this Tom Cruise classic, high school senior Joel Goodson decides to party it up while his parents are out of town. As a result of his best friend sending him a trans call girl, who is ultimately paid to leave.
I know we could get along real nice, but hey, it's your hard-earned dollar, am I right?
Joel meets a prostitute named Lana, and the two get frisky for the whole night. Besides the prostitution, does any of this seem off? Oh, how about the fact that Lana is sleeping with a minor? One could argue Joel is 18 and on the verge of graduating, but even then, it's borderline pedophilia. It just makes the whole movie really uncomfortable to sit through.
Beautiful place you got here, Ralph. Is this all yours?
My folks, actually.
Number 4, Heathers. In this teen movie satire, a young, aspiring writer falls for a bad boy after he shoots the school bullies for calling him a homophobic slur.
Doesn't this cafeteria have a no f***s allowed rule?
Well, yeah. They seem to have an open door policy for assholes, though, don't they?
Throughout the film, one can expect sexual assault, jokes about suicide, and enough talk about gun violence to make the film come off as insensitive.
I don't get the point of me writing a suicide note when we're just gonna be shooting them with blanks.
But we're not gonna be using blanks this time.
It's no secret that shootings in general have become more frequent as of late, which made us question why Heathers was adapted into a TV series in 2018. Yeah, it didn't go well with audiences nor distributors, and that's a story for another list.
How does it feel to be a part of the 21st century?
Cold.
Number 3, Revenge of the Nerds.
It was wonderful. He did things to me you've never done before. You're that nerd!
Before Big Bang Theory alienated an entire culture, we had Revenge of the Nerds, a comedy where a group of nerds turn the tables on a jock fraternity, as well as its sister sorority. Unfortunately, the offensive material goes deeper than just stereotypes.
We got Booger Presley on the mean guitar and a rap by little old me, Lamar. We got Takashi beating on his gong.
The nerds engage in a lot of perverted behavior, such as voyeurism, dressing up like a girl to sleep with someone's girlfriend, and even selling pies that include nude photos of the sorority girls.
It's okay. It's not okay.
This kind of behavior is simply not tolerated in today's time, especially given how important the Me Too movement has become.
I'm tired of watching them brush their teeth. See if Betty's up. Dooley, throw me a beer.
Number 2, Weird Science.
So, what would you little maniacs like to do first?
This movie is just so wrong on so many levels. Weird Science follows the story of 2 student outcasts who use a computer to create the woman of their dreams.
Gary Wallace, that's absolutely gross. That's sick.
It's not the night of debauchery or the heavy focus on every boy's wet dream that's bothersome today. It's how the film plays off of objectifying women.
They make you in the garage with power tools? They own you? Control you? Seriously?
Seriously?
Yes, the concept is silly, but if Lisa's party girl mannerisms are the boys' idea of a perfect woman, there'd be some serious backlash from modern audiences.
What's a beautiful broad like you doing with a malaka like this, huh?
It's purely sexual.
Funny enough, a remake has been planned since 2013, but no progress has been made beyond its announcement. Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are some honorable or dishonorable mentions.
Why I Plan to Wait, by Annette Hargrove, Kansas City, Kansas. Jesus Christ, is she for real?
Oh, she's Daddy's little angel. Paradigm of chastity and virtue.
What are you doing?
I care about you.
Oh, will you get off?
Oh, come on. It's okay, baby.
That is disgusting.
Oh, come on. You were practically begging me for it. I mean...
That is not what I was saying, and you're my cousin.
Through marriage.
I think I might be ill. Something's happening to me.
That's supposed to happen.
It is?
Yeah, trust me.
I don't think that this is such a good idea, okay?
Of course it's a good idea. In half an hour, there's gonna be babes all over us. She'll kill it for us.
You better hold on tight, Spider Monkey. Do you trust me?
In theory.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Soul Man.
Okie dokie, why don't we just take Mark on our team and you can have,
Gordon Bloomfeld. No, why don't you guys take Gordon and
We'll take Mark.
We're used to seeing bad comedies rely on tasteless jokes, but this is just one massive racist gag.
You got 1,000 black guys and 1 white guy. What do you call the white guy?
I give up.
What? Sorry.
When his parents end up using his college fund for their own needs, rich kid Mark applies to a scholarship intended for black students, lying about his ethnicity to do so, and effectively getting into Harvard. While it does present the issue of racism in America, Soul Man is so on the nose about it that it ends up becoming tasteless.
What the hell did I do?
You changed lanes without signaling. Let's see your license and registration, if you haven't lost it.
Much of its commentary can sadly be applied today, but if you were to pitch this to a studio, you'd most likely end up banned from the film industry.
Gordo, it's gonna be great! These are the 80s, man! It's the Cosby decade! America loves black people.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.